because even with the situation with women that have kids.
I was just going to ask you that question, Rasheed. Matter of fact, let me ask my question.
Go ahead.
Because it was coming to my head. What do you think about a man who got things going well for him, right? Could be career-wise, he's making his money, he's being successful in his own right, different parts of his life, not even just money financially, but he's doing his thing. He's being the best version of himself. And a single mother wanted to date that man and be serious with that man. Do you believe men that have no kids, I'm talking about they have no kids.
Yeah.
You know, they're doing well in life, you know, and things of that nature should be dating a single mother or explore their options of all the women out here that don't have any kids because they don't have any themselves, right? Yeah. What's your thoughts on that?
So this is the crazy part. I married a woman that had kids.
Okay.
And I sat down to my son and I told him, and honestly, it was to the point we were just having a conversation. I didn't actually tell him. He came at me first.
Okay.
He told me, he said, you know, I like you as my stepfather.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you really helped my mom out. And this when he was older, we had our, you know, man-to-man talk. He was getting ready to graduate high school.
Mm-hmm.
And he told me, he said,
he was going to graduate high school.
Yeah.
Okay. In that situation, I could see.
And so
on my end, I could see that. Yeah.
But he was saying, no, I met him when he was a young kid.
Yeah, when he was younger.
When he was like, I think he was 5 when I met him.
Okay.
And all the way to high school till he turned 18.
Okay.
And he basically told me that I would never date a woman with kids.
That's what he told me.
Due to the fact that what you and my mom went through with my dad. Because the dad came in the picture, you know, tormenting the relationship before we got married because he thought I can come in and I can come back and have my family. Because, you know, my wife, I don't know if she told him about relationship, but they never knew.
Yeah.
But it was to the point where when it came down to it, the relationship aspect, when he actually seen me with her, he was a whole nother person. And when it got to that point, hey, he's like, nah, I got to break this up. My son was like, man, I'm seeing all this going through. And he's like, man, I didn't like how that situation turned out. You know, you played it cool and everything. You know, I seen how you went through the situation with my sister, how she act. And he was like, I've been with her, you know, he's like, I'll break her neck. You know, that's his sister. He's like, I love my sister, but he was like, the way she was treating you,
yeah,
it was kind of rough. But, you know, going through that aspect, I told my wife, I said, if me and you ever got a divorce before we had kids, I would never do that again. My wife, I actually got with her on the premise of a family member, you know, vouching for her. I stopped dealing with women with kids right before I got with her. Cause I didn't want like the relationship aspect of that. The women, cause I made a lot of money when I first, you know, before I got my wife.
Right.
And the whole thing was a lot of women were coming at me for the situation of me making money. And they would always say, you gonna take care of me and my kids. It was never a situation like my wife came to me and said, me and you gonna have a relationship. My wife always came to the aspect of me and her being in a relationship, me and her doing things.
Yeah.
All the other girls was like, you gonna take care of me and my kids, you gonna do this with me and my kids, and I'm like, you know, I'm thinking, like, what about me and you?
Yeah.
We haven't even established a relationship.
Right.
But they're more focused on the money I'm making.
Exactly.
And like I said, the poverty line in which I can help her get out of her struggles, help pay some of these bills, cut down on the money coming out of her pocket. And, you know, because understanding, whoever makes the most money, you're going to want to go live with them and get rid of your house and you good. You know, there's podcasts I listen to all the time where they talk about money and talk about relationship. They have situations to where if a man and a woman move in, whoever house they move into, 9 times out of 10, if it's the man, the woman don't want to pay bills because she said, if we ever break up, I don't have ownership in your house, but I'm helping you pay the mortgage.
Yeah.
And so that begins to be a big part about that in relationships, man.
Yeah.
When it comes to that single parent, the single mom, a lot of women, they only look at men to, get them out of their situations.
Right.
They're not looking at the relationship, as of right now, to go farther in life, to have kids, And there's some tremendous women with kids. Like I said, my wife, she had 2 kids. And the thing of it was, when we got together, she was a phenomenal woman. But a lot of women nowadays, even if they phenomenal, they might not get that chance because of all the other women, the way they, show men as being, simps. And I'm just going to take advantage of this man because I need help.
Yeah.
So.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Great perspective, Rasheed. Great perspective. I love it. I love it. All right. So, Rasheed, you can speak more on this next topic because you are married. Of course, I'm not married as of yet. Married people change.
Man. It's a big topic, man. I've seen old people been married for 40 years and man, they just over time, they don't want that same thing no more. They love that marriage. They love the aspect of coming home to somebody that's gonna protect them and take care of them. But ain't nothing like a new toy. As a kid, you got that new Hot Wheel compared to the one that you done put all in the mud, ran it through, done played with it. Christmas come, that new toy, like they say, that new car smell. And a lot of people are hooked on it.
Yeah.
As adults, we look at the new car smell, but it also means a relationship to where, man, I've been with this person for 20 years and I just want to do something different with my life.
Yeah.
And it's from both aspects. You have a man and you have a female that do the same thing, but it always comes to that main situation to where the relationship takes a turn and nobody knows how to pivot. So if me and you are bumping head, let's go to counsel. Let's make it work. If it's about money, what's the situation why we arguing about money? If it's about the kids, let's understand why we arguing about the kids. Even if it's just a big part about marriage is sex. There's a lot of people in sexless marriage, man. And for the love of me, I don't understand. Like, that's the whole reason of getting married, to cut the partner off to where me and you have our relationship. We don't have no outside people. It's just between me and you. And for the woman to say, well, you're not getting none tonight. You're not getting none. And I've always used this reference with my wife. I said, if you keep cutting my water off and I'm thirsty, what make you think I won't get water from somewhere else? And a lot of people say, oh, that's wrong. You told your wife that? And I say, well, if my wife told me that, then what would you say? 90% of the women get quiet. They don't have a response.
Yeah.
But it's good if she says it to me.
Yeah.
But it's horrible if a man say that to a woman. But you got to understand, when it comes to those relationships, man, if you coming in a relationship having sex and being lovey-dovey, it hurts when you just say, I'm cutting you off because you did something to me.
Yeah.
Or I'm cutting you off because I don't like you tonight. Don't touch me. Most men, they only gonna take so much of that.
Yeah.
And even with vice versa, there's men that do that to women. And it's only gonna be so much a woman's gonna take.
Right.
If she's married to you and only can mess with you, then that's gonna be a situation where she say, well, I go cheat. And we have these situations where we talk about this. But, when you look at the demographics, most women divorce more than men.
Hello, this is G Bass. Rise of the 1%, Rise Media. We on this Saturday evening about to get ready to knock out some podcast episodes with some individuals here in the city of Atlanta making some big moves. You can see here, look. This is how it goes down. Here when our guests come and sit down with myself, G Bass, other Rise of 1% of Rise Media, to have that conversation, to share the story, share the journey, share what you got going on. So listen, everybody got a story, everybody got a journey, and then you got some things going on, then you definitely can get with us and see if it'd be a fit to be on the Rising 1% podcast and actually have that discussion with myself. It's going to be a link to a form for you to fill out. You said www.theriseof1%.com/pod-form. Again, www.theriseof1%.com/pod-form. It's going to be in this video. You can fill that out, and we can see if it'll be a fit for you to come on and have that conversation with myself. If you don't fill out the form, then obviously it's not for you, and that's fine. We're looking for those that's serious. Those that's serious about rising to the top 1% are already in the 1%. That's what we're looking to sit down with myself right here. As you can see, Rise Media, Rise to the 1%. This is how we get down. We have a great time and have a lot of fun doing it. So once again, if you're serious, make sure you fill out the form. We'll look over the form, see if it's a fit. If it's a fit, we'll reach out. If not, we won't reach out. We'll just continue to move forward. But with that said, this is G Bass. See you soon.